Good morning and welcome to Life and Style Relationships Wednesday. We are on Talk to Pastor Chris on your favorite TV station, KTN. Well, I hope that you are ready, you are set, you get your friends, you get your colleagues, you get your neighbors to watch the show together with you. Today we've got a very different setup, so we've got an audience together with us, and we are coming to you from the Michael Joseph Center. It's a place where people come in here to showcase their art, you know, music, drama, skits, whatever it is. And I'm thinking, because it's my first time over here, and I'm thinking, well, since I'm a recording artist, I might as well just come and do my video recording from over here. Remember, if you have any questions to us, send them to 22840. That's our text message number. Follow us on our social media platforms at KTN Life and Style, at KTN Life _style for both Twitter and Instagram, KTN Life and Style for Facebook. And then I've also got the live audience. How are you people doing? You're all right. Okay, today we're going to do topics. You know, we've normally been doing questions, just people sending in their questions, which we will do at some point, and have an engagement also with the live audience. Of course, the audience back at home also, you are free, you know, use the hashtag KTN Life and Style and the hashtag Talk to Pastor Chris to converse with us. Throw in your questions, throw in your comments, throw in your observations, your views. You don't have to agree with us, but please keep it respectful. Now, we're going to talk about, sorry, I'm just trying to get this right here. Okay, finding closure in relationships. How important is that? Kit, you started by smiling.
Yeah. Do we ever find closure?
Yeah, that's all you need to know. What is closure to you?
Sinapunguzanga kuchat na yeye tu pole pole, story ishe.
You can just go and meet them, and you meet her and tell her that the way you have seen things, that they have been going, you don't feel as if you can just continue the relationship, you can change. Yeah.
For us to correct all that is the heart of man. The heart has to change. And no man can change the heart apart from the word of God and the Holy Spirit.
For me, it's just to be in that space where you can comfortably, you know, be okay with how a relationship situation ended. Okay. Or ease, or how you left it, just to that internal comfort, a peace, an honest peace within yourself.
So that if I break up with somebody, yes, and I am okay, yeah, that's what you call that's closure.
If you're okay, okay, not even okay, you just understand and you're okay with what really happened, and you're at peace with it, then that's okay.
You want to say something there? Your microphone.
For me, what it means is, because I remember my past relationship with my ex-husband, so I had to ask him, because I really wanted to know like what happened, so in my next relationship I don't do the same. So I had to ask him like, what did I do wrong for our marriage to end up like that? Or is there something that I did I wasn't supposed to do? Is there something like made us our marriage to end like that? So yeah, at times it helps to help you in the next relationship. You don't repeat the same mistake that you did.
Okay. Yeah. Douglas, what would you describe closure to be?
I think for me, closure is whereby you maybe you're in a relationship and maybe things are not working out well, and you decide to end that relationship by the two of you coming to understand that it didn't work and all of us are parting ways. It's different from whereby you end a relationship and you leave someone else still gazing that you're still together. So I think closure is good because it sets the other person free, and it gives you maybe another chance to maybe to enter into any other relationship that you want to do. So it gives a closure to one and open to another one, and it never gives you time to gaze whether you're still together.
Well, Ruth, I'm going to ask it a bit different, because Douglas says it is a situation where you both agree the relationship did not work. Is that all that closure is? Because sometimes, if I'm the one who broke it up, the other person did not really understand. They have accepted that it's not working, but they have not really understood. Like Leah says, you know, she wanted to find out answers. Would I say that there's closure there?
I don't agree with Douglas as such. However, I'd like to agree with some of the things that Kit said, because one thing that not getting closure at the end of a relationship does is it makes you question yourself. And most often than not, it's not even you who has a problem. Sometimes it's the man who has, or your spouse who has fallen out of love or something else, but most of the time we end up in a situation whereby we are asking, what did I do wrong, so that I don't make the same mistake in my next relationship. So I think closure is very, very important, because it's not necessarily about being okay and giving the go ahead for us to end a relationship, but it's more of, I understand why we have to.
So who seeks closure? Because there are two people in a relationship. Who seeks closure?
It just hit me. Closure is one of those things, it's neither here, it's neither there. Like, it's a touchy subject, so to speak, because it could be very clear that I, for instance, allow me to use you, Ruth, as an example, we're in a relationship and I cheated. It's very clear that I cheated. But you are still looking for closure. What did you do for me to cheat? So you see, that's what I'm telling you, it's just one of those things. You could be chasing like a wind that you could never catch, and it's really touchy for me also.
But
Complex.
I still get back to what I've just asked. Who seeks the closure? Is it both of them? Is it the person who is being left? Who has that burden the most? Because, from your conversations, I pick it that it is the person who has been left, for example, that will want to know, what did I do wrong that made this person walk out, or what did I do wrong that made this relationship not work? Leah, you want to say something?
Yeah, because for me, I believe what I think of is if you can end a relationship. Maybe you're the one who ended it, or you're the one who was left.
Right.
So there's some things like it keeps bothering you, and if you don't find closure, like you never move on. You need to find it for you to move on.
Okay, so you can end it, but you're still seeking answers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can even, like, you want to apologize to the person because maybe you really hurt that person and it's still hurting you. Because some things we do, we hurt each other, feeling like it's not going to hurt you at the end of the day, but deep down it bothers you. So you need to find closure. Maybe you want to apologize to that person for you to feel better.
All right.
I cheated, and she ends it, and she still comes back to seek, why did you have to hurt me like that? And no amount of answers could answer that question. So she's the one who's ended it, she's still seeking the closure.
In that case, what is somebody supposed to do? Because in a case where you feel no answer can satisfy that question.
Which person?
I'm using your example.
Yes.
Where you say, okay, one person has cheated, the other person wants to find closure. Why did you do this? And you completely cannot explain that. What is somebody supposed to do in such a situation?
Pastor Chris, which somebody, the one who was hurt or the one who hurt?
The one who has hurt the other person.
Kama mimi nimecheat, tunaweza endelea tu urafiki, lakini nikijua tu huyo dem nishamwacha.
I think I would end the relationship, because there's no excuse to cheating. I mean, how do you cheat and I'm just there? Like, no, it can't happen.
In the short run, I might be reactive, but in the long run, I might forgive her.
I might have cheated, and then you have an excuse to walk out, and you'll say it's because I trusted you, but things didn't work out. But it may not be easy for me to come and tell you, let's just end this relationship because I cheated on you, so let me go out. So there's no formula whereby who is it offended, am I the person who was innocent. But I think when both of you feel like it's not working, and the other person might feel like he is the cause of why it's not working. So it requires the two of you to communicate and see why it didn't work. And because it's when you blame the other person, it's like you're the perfect person in that relationship. So you need to come to an agreement, but you know that yes, there's a way I contributed to it not working, but either way, I feel like I made a mistake. There's a way you contributed to it, but it can't work. So these are the mistakes that you made, and I don't think they're reconcilable.
How do you deal with those people who don't know how to break up, and they can't handle being left? How do you bring closure? Because there are people who, if you just even suggest that you want to break up the relationship, I mean, you'll see a lot of drama. And it's not just like ladies, there's men who will do the same thing. They'll do all kinds of stuff, you know. They'll slander you, they'll threaten you, they'll blackmail you, they'll pull all kind of drama. How do you deal with somebody like that? You feel like you want to end the relationship, you feel it is toxic, and now how do you come to the place where you say we're going to have closure?
I think when, like I always say, when you're in a relationship, it's always good to learn your partner, so that in case of anything, you know how to handle the different situations that you will come along your relationship. Now, here is a case whereby you feel like you really need to get out of this relationship, but every time you want to even bring up the topic, you have a man or a lady who is holding on to memories, or using excuses and trying to guilt trip you and things like that. I feel like the best way is to approach them with the way they understand situations best. And I would give an example. If I know my partner is not able to handle me doing it in person, then I will do a phone call. If I know it would hurt him and he might do something, that a rash decision that he will regret later, then I will do it in person. So it depends on how well you know your partner. And the people react differently to different circumstances. So if you know they'll react in a very dramatic way, it is better to tell them in person, but in a soft manner where they will understand. It will not be easy.
Love is dependent. It's a product of satisfaction of the material things. If your wife is not satisfied that she has enough clothes, she has enough to eat, it is very difficult for her to pronounce that she loves you. Therefore, the pronunciation of love will be hypocritical.
All of us have seen the memes of when a guy is trying to break up with a lady and a lady chucks out a gun. So you've seen those memes. There's those people. So if you're in that situation and you know someone is like that, life has to go on.
So it doesn't work in all situations.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't. It doesn't.
but I think we cannot say that it's hard to break a relationship, or that people who will act dramatically, because like she said, you've learned that person, you know her, the way you can interact, the way she reacts to situations, and you know how to communicate. So some of the times, if you have known this, how she reacts, you see, like you're saying, someone died and there's no way to communicate, already there's death out of that. So what happens is that those you call, there's a way you bring it into a silent death before you communicate it, because some people don't want an instant, it's over.
Yeah.
But there's a way you'll break up maybe some maybe routine things they used to do together. Probably if it's communication, then you slow it down. But at the end of it is there's a way you are building that, preparing that person for that breakup.
For the eventual one.
Forgiveness comes from the knowing that how much God has forgiven you. And in Christ, God has forgiven us lavishly. So from that basis, I think you just forgive.
I feel like if you know he is not or she is not going to be able to handle it completely, no matter what you do, how about making them break up with you? That's another angle.
I'm going to guess that from my
audience. Wow. That's rich.
I want to hear what my
lead
audience
them
is
into
saying.
it.
Okay. What do you think about closure? Who's going to go first? You will say something, right?
It's trying to forget things that happened in the past, trying to move on, meeting maybe your partner, talking to him or her, and try to forget things. Although sometimes it seems hard, but just trying.
All right. So you feel it's important?
Yes, it's important.
It's important. Yeah. What if you meet a dramatic person? What if somebody is dramatic? What do? You
just talk to him or her. You sit, you talk, and you agree.
Okay. Anybody else who's got a different opinion?
Yeah, I'm called Stephen Chang. I think closure is important because it will build trust in that relationship, and also it will enable the partners to trust each other.
I want to get to know, what you're talking about, like creating a situation, manipulating the environment, because that is exactly, that's manipulating the environment so that the other person then will pull the trigger.
You're not manipulating them, you're leading them into it.
I said you're manipulating the environment.
Yeah, that's what you say.
But you are, that's manipulation. Because you are
It is, huh?
you are actively creating the circumstances
The
that are going
environment
to
for breakup.
Yes.
You know, you don't want to hurt someone.
All right.
What is
And-
it like? Do you
and-
put a stool on their way so that they can hit their leg? I mean,
Kit is not liking my statement, but it's a very honest
it's foreign.
statement
Okay.
because
Foreign.
All right.
you find a situation where and I've listened to quite a number of such circumstances where the lady says it's not working for me, it's draining me, or the gentleman says I just can't keep up, but each time I want to do it, she does this and this and this. But the minute they have tried to say, you know, you go, like for a gentleman, I know because ladies like the attention, you know, they like when you talk to them. So when you go quiet and you're not giving them exactly what they want, then the lady will be like, I don't
That's
think
an
this
assumption.
is working for me.
But now it's not.
You
I
know?
think that's an
So then
assumption,
you've
right?
not hurt, it's not an assumption. You've not hurt the lady as, you know.
Ruth. Okay. I'm
But
sorry
let me just
to
add
interject.
something on her, because I think she's right. You see
You
that
think she's right?
Yes.
Douglas.
You see, there are ladies that even a man will be afraid to approach.
Yeah.
But there's a way you will lead them, and then at the end of it, you'll be able to approach them, and even maybe talk to them, and you become friends, and even start relating.
I think
The
all
same
of you
way
have
the
met very
opposite
nice
happened
people.
in breaking up.
I think all of you have met
don't
nice
go
people.
quiet on me.
What happens, I'm coming to that. What happens to those ones who the more you become quiet, the more they become dramatic? Because you cannot assume that everybody will take your silence that you want a breakup, because some people are just completely possessive.
The moment he comes out with that question of why are you silent, and maybe trying to maybe bring out now bring a scene, is when now, like you say, you are leading her. You'll tell her, do you know what? I've been thinking things are not working well. I think we have. That's not bringing out the issue in. Yeah?
Why all these games? Where do you get all this energy? Where do you get all this time? Isn't it just easy to come and tell someone?
It's because they're dramatic
over.
person,
Because of
so you're
age.
already
Have
the
you
drama.
met people who are clingy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Someone who is clingy, you can't just tell them
Ex-
it's over.
People
and
are clingy.
there.
People are clingy because we lead them on.
No.
Because
No.
we play
You
games.
tell a
It
clingy
may be
person,
personality. It
Yeah.
may be
Personality,
personality.
yeah.
Some people are just like that. How do you deal with anybody? How do you deal with somebody who just can't break up with you? All your
And support them by saying, you go silent, because the moment those people are clingy, they can't, or they want a very good reason to be left. You can't just say, mi nimechoka na wewe. You always waambia hivyo. So the moment you go quiet, they'll be like, there's something going on. So even them, they go quiet. So by that period, you'd be
Okay, I'm still not convinced though, because I think I know people who, for example, if you go quiet, they will actually move into your house because they're feeling like somebody else is taking up their space. I think you're all talking about nice people. There are people who are really dramatic.
Pastor Chris,
Yeah, there's
I'd
extreme
just
people.
like to tell Kit, because I'm seeing he's still not, he's skeptical about it. The people who are clingy, you tell her today, it's over. Tomorrow she'll show up at your door. There are people who will not buy that idea. So what do? You go quiet and you move out if it is possible. When you've learned someone,
Move out.
and you know the extreme they would go to if they know your place, they are willing to come and put you under, lockdown. They're crazy people. So
And
you
that's
deal
why
with
that's why
them
we
how
have
you
the
know
police.
best, but you
Leah,
don't.
you're too quiet.
You don't break up with
That's why we have the
them.
police.
You
lead
can't
them
be an
into-
observer.
Mi natafuta msichana ako na hips poa, alafu ako na smile poa pia, unaona? Yeah.
I was looking for someone who hears God and he has content. What exactly do you have? Apart from the material thing, for me the core of the thing was, who are you? Are you able to hear God? And your content, what are the contents of your heart?
What I would look for in a guy is someone who's God-fearing. Character also matters a lot.
I'm just listening and wondering also at the same time, when you're dating that person, you're gonna know their personality even before you go that deep. So why don't you just break it off before it ends to that deeper? Before that person starts acting so weird, so clingy. Why don't you just end it up before it ends there?
At the tail end.
Then say no. Like, no, it's not working.
So sometimes then, what I'm picking up is sometimes you don't really have to explain why you're breaking up. Because there are people, no matter what explanation you give, it just will not work.
Yes.
Sometimes you just have got to say, look, I can't be in this.
I think we can agree. We can agree on that one.
Douglas is not convinced.
Because especially the way Douglas was saying, that you go quiet on a person, then later on you come telling, you go quiet on me, then later on you come telling me what? You went silent on me in the
The
first
thing is,
place.
you see, most of us, no, I'm not agreeing. I'm not agreeing.
Someone.
I'm not
Unless
agreeing
you
with
go
the two of you.
silent on me
That
and make
means-
sure you just go silent, you never come back.
The thing is, the silent is not a way of, I'm not killing it silently through. Like she said, I'm just preparing you. Whereby you see, most of the time you get questions, even Pastor Chris, I think you understand, that someone said that we have been dating for this time, but this guy suddenly started going low on communication. And what we always tell them, assumption is, you must be very careful because it is either that person is there or is not in that relationship. So the same way, this person is being prepared that, you know what, you'll fight.
I like a guy who is devoted, who is ready to work with me. So if I say I'm waiting, I mean I'm waiting for someone who will be ready to take all my craziness, I guess. Yeah. So I've not met the person who is ready to take all my craziness and stuff.
You should understand, as much as you're dating, there's that humane nature of every human being, be it a lady or a guy. So you can, for me, I suggest that you can get maybe someone to make the guy or the girl to leave you. Like, everyone is jealous. You can tell me that for example, I have a boyfriend and I said that and like you'll see like I'm dating Pastor Chris, not dating as such, but it's like I've begun to like him, and maybe I must show you something. If you're that clingy and you cannot move, of course if you see me with someone else, you are likely to leave. Definitely you will leave.
No, I have a question. I have a question for her.
All right.
I have a question for her.
Okay,
you
go
know
ahead.
those clingy person, but they are violent. Most of the ladies, they are violent. So even if you try to make her
Even the
jealous
men,
with another chick, what if she comes start beating the other chick?
No, I won't bring the chick. That's so weird. We're in a modern
Because you're
world.
trying to make her jealous.
So what would you do? Post pictures?
For me, okay, I'll give you a scenario where, first of all, I can't be that inhuman to just get another lady just like that. First of all, I have to have gotten to my comfort zone. Then I get someone else, even if you don't move. So I'll just maybe put a picture of her, put her picture on my profile.
So you were agreeing with Ruth, who was saying that you need to create a situation
She's
to make the
definitely
person.
agreeing with you.
I just want to add on to what she's saying, and I will use an example. If we are dating and I feel like he will not accept and I want to get out of it, and I know he's a jealous type, just like what she's saying, of course I cannot start walking around with a man next to him because that is disrespectful. However, by just, posting, you're online, he's online, but you're not responding to his text. He's calling you on another phone call. Keith, if you're in a relationship and the girl is not giving you enough time, what would you do?
I think it's a problem. I think it's a problem. No.
But again,
You
I believe a
lead them.
mature person
You
will
know
read the signs, like, if not
And
working.
exactly, so lead them into the situation.
No, I know, Ruth, if I text you tomorrow, I know if we...
But what happens, okay, in all of this, you want to leave this person or something. What happens? Is there any room that anybody leaves in case this relationship would work again in the future? When you were trying to get this closure, is it a final thing? Is there a possibility that in the future something might happen? Because life has a way of just...
Yeah, you'd walk away from...
Seeing and maybe having another mind of coming back.
It's like just walking out the door and before it shuts, you put a space there and say, you might come back.
Why I'm asking that is because all this drama, how you live, you can leave somebody in a way that one day when you need to get back for whatever reason, then The barrier will be how you treated them.
That's true. There's something I believe. If it's meant to happen, it'll happen. It doesn't matter how we left each other. It does. Of course, when we are back at the table, and we both know we want to try this thing again, we will start with the issue of where we left it at. But if it's meant to happen, it'll happen. It doesn't matter whether I bought you a bouquet of flowers while breaking up with you, or I took you to the rooftop of Sankara, or I just left
I'll
you.
take you up
It
on
doesn't
that.
matter.
I'll take you up on that of if it's meant to happen, it will happen. We're going for a very short break right over now. Remember, you on Talk to Pastor Chris, Life and Style on your favorite TV station, KTN. We want your questions too to keep on coming. Your conversation. The hashtag is KTN Life and Style and Talk to Pastor Chris. We're in Relationship Wednesday, and we're doing it quite different. We are the Michael Joseph Center, Safaricom headquarters along Wayaki Way. You can come in here, have your events in this place, all manner of artistic stuff. So keep it right here. We'll be back after a short break.